they're not going to then retox. So they know now that they can't retox and they need to cut out all of the starches and cut out as much cooked food as possible. We know that people aren't going to do it like that, because when I did it, I did a juice fast when I was in Panama, but then I went back to eating some cooked food, and right now my diet is 80% raw food. But what would you say to people is the best way to detox and then transition into a sun-fired nutritional plan?
Yeah, well, there's no one system that suits us all. So we need to start with where we are, first of all, and the most important thing is what you don't put in. So we got that. Don't retox. That's more important. Or if you're going to put things in that that are going to challenge the system, keep them to a bare minimum. And you increase the amount of fresh fruits, especially, and definitely the vegetables, but particularly the fresh fruits. But again, it's an individual journey, because you have to look at your reality. You have to look at how your body's going to react. But all of a sudden start eating a lot of fruit. Some of you would say, oh, the fruits don't agree with me. They break me out. They make me feel sick. I get a migraine headache. I feel nauseous, dizzy. Sometimes I even want to faint. It's the healing crisis that's going on. So, when the ancient ones say, thy food shall be thy medicine, and thy medicine shall be thy fruit, shall be thy food, you have to understand that if you're very toxic and you have a lot of waste in you and you start taking too much fruits, the medicine is too powerful. You have to really cut the doses back. So don't eat as much. That's why it's really have to be on an individual basis as much as possible. So basically what it means is that you have to take ownership. You have to take responsibility. There's no one set formula that me or anyone else can prepare that's going to suit every single one of us. But getting the understanding of the science of the foods that electrify the body, the high moisture foods, these electrical foods facilitate cleansing automatically. So you want to cut back. If you're moving too fast, cut back on the high moisture fruits and eat the ones that are a little more denser. Especially say fatty fruits like avocados and ackee and other things of that nature. And so you have to keep up a certain level of building and growth and strengthening the body, so it doesn't all of a sudden try to release so much waste, because your elimination channels need to be ready for the load that's coming out. And if it's not ready, it gets backed up, it comes back upstream, and the waste ends up in the bloodstream. The blood, as it circulates in the brain, it short circuits the oxygen on the brain, and you feel dizzy, you feel nauseous, and all of these things, because the blood moves slower on the brain than it moves anywhere else in the body, especially because you're living upright. That's why you go lie down right away. You feel dizzy, you got a headache or something, because you want to get the blood, fresh blood, to come up to the brain. So you need to go slow and go at your pace. So for some of us, a detox may just mean I'm not eating any more red meat. So you want to start removing the most objectionable things in your eating system, in your eating platform, and automatically as you do that, the body naturally would start rejecting the most objectionable thing in the system, in tandem. Stop eating, the red meat, the processed meats, and all of those things. Of course, the next thing is going to be things like chicken, and then fish, and then dairy, and all of these things. So go at a pace that's comfortable to you. Don't call it a transition, because you might get stuck there. I know people that's been in transit for many years. So it's not about transitioning, because you can go from one place where you are today to the next place. You could be an omnivore, a meat eater, a pig eater, eating everything under the sun, and tomorrow you can stop eating all those foods and come all live, all plant foods. But you have to understand what the body's going to start going through. So if you're not ready for it psychologically, then you're going to have a big challenge. And sometimes for some of us, it's better to go on that route than to do the quick move, because when you clean the body out, so well by going on a crash thing, you better not retox again, because the toxins are going to go at deeper levels. And then, you hear individuals start coming up with excuses like, oh, my doctor said I should eat meat again, because my iron count was low and these types of things. But it's just, we just got caught in a weak spot and we didn't know how to extricate ourselves from it, So go slow, take your time, go at a pace that works best for you. So fasting once a week is very crucial.
Mm-hmm.
Resting the digestive system for 36 hours once a week, like what it is done traditionally, say in the Sabbath on certain religion, but those are religious spiritual fasts. We're talking more of a spiritual fast, because with the religious fast, generally it's like a 24-hour fast, and they break the fast at the end of the day, and then you may tend to overeat. That's not the time to eat big at the end of the day if you haven't opened the bag, earlier in the day. You need to break the fast at the break fast hour. So if you start your fast, say tonight, Sunday, after your last meal, you're going to break a 36-hour fast. So that's very crucial. And when I say this type of 36-hour fast, basically it's just resting the digestive system. You want to consume fresh, filtered fruit and vegetable juices. When I said filtered, I mean there should be no fiber in it. There should be no pulp in it, because these things trigger digestion. And once digestion is triggered, elimination shuts down. You cannot digest and eliminate simultaneously. So you're shutting the digestive system down for 36 hours so that the body can focus on elimination once a week. So any backed up stuff in the channel, down in the pipes, you're going to start pushing it out. And for some of us, it's better to take that slow route than, I say, to try to do a major detox 30 days or 21 day, clean me out forever now, because you throw the system out of sync. And then
so you say to those people who are eating right now, they're eating red meat, or they're eating Beyond Burgers and textured vegetable protein, you would say cut back on the meat for a week, and then cut back on the dairy, and then cut back until they're basically on a plant-based diet, and then just eat fruit. And then once they're only eating fruit, then they go to the elimination water fast. And then after the water fast, eat fruit again, and then build back up to cooked foods. If they're going to eat cooked foods, they can't just have a heavy meal straight away after, right?
Yeah. Well, see, this is the thing, is that once you decide where you want to be, it's like, you see the pinnacle. The pinnacle is the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. And I decide, well, look, I'm just going to stay right here in Mount Meru, in Arusha. I'm not going to get all the way to the top. So I'm going to still eat my potatoes and stuff. I'm still hang out with the Maasai and drink the cow's blood and those types of things. But when you get up to the top, it's about basically just eating all fruits. And once you up there, it's pretty much a one-way street, Otherwise, you're going to fall, and the fall is going to be deep, But you feel that you're not ready psychologically, spiritually for this ascension, then find your way somewhere along, a ridge along this ascension level, and make that your comfort zone for a certain period of time, till I got it. Now I'm going to take the next leap, But yes, the elimination process is very crucial, and to be able to do intermittent fasting. But during the once a week fast, the body needs a rhythm. The body is an animal. It's a beast. You have to train it. You have to train it. So it works better in rhythm. Everything in the universe, we are heavenly bodies out here in the universe, just like any other star out here. So we need to be trained, we need to be conditioned, we need to be programmed, but in a way where we're really working with the natural rhythms of the universe. So fasting once a week, 36 hours, the same, we do it every day. We fast every night when we go to sleep for 8 hours. You know, that's a fast when you're sleeping. The classical definition of a fast is nothing gets past your lips. No water, no food, no solid, no juice, nothing of that nature. You know, so that's what we do once a day for 8 hours. So we're extending that, and we're going to do it once a week. But now today in modern times, the definition of a fast has become a little looser. You know, so drinking water, drinking juices, you're fasting today based on the fact that you're not activating the digestive system, which is more crucial than anything else. You know, so that's why you see in ancient times, you know, our ancient ones would say, you know, so-and-so fasted 40 days and 40 nights. Because we know we fast every night, but now we're adding the days to it as well. So that's what we're doing, but we're just shutting down the digestive system from processing food so the body can use that energy to do other things, especially the elimination process. And then gradually you want to increase on that. You want to build on that. You know, within 3 months, 6 months later, you might want to start adding to that fasting on the new moon and the full moon. So that's 2 more days for the month. You're already doing 4 days for the month, once a week, 52 weeks in the year. Now you're going to add 2 more days per month, 24 more days for the year. So you're fasting 76 days for the year with your weekly fast and your lunar fast. So this is where now we're looking to find our way back home. Especially as we grow and we mature, we need less food. The body machine can't process food the way my body did when it was 20, 30. I can't process food like that now at 72. So ultimately then you start incorporating, you know, and keep it in rhythm. Keep it in rhythm. You know, it's the same like how you breathe, in and out. So many seconds in, so many seconds out. This is what you want to do, not only with your